Hi, I'm Zhuli, and I just released a new song called Heartbeat. I'm here to talk to you about the lyrics and how I wrote it. Woo-hoo. So we wrote the song in March last year. I wrote it with my producer Harry, who produces all of my tracks. I write most of my songs about one relationship that I was in that was very influential in my life. This one is no exception. It's really weird to go super analytical about that relationship and how it affected my lyrics. Anyway, I wrote this about 2 months before I broke up with my ex. We kind of wrote this song before it really had any personal meaning to me. 2 months later, after going through my breakup, I was like, wow, this song is so I related to the lyrics that I wrote so much, but I'd written them months before I felt them. Maybe I was projecting. I predicted the end of my relationship by writing this song because this is my angsty breakup song. I'll dive into the lyrics and then we can figure out what the song means together. Verse. That first line came to me just off the brain. I like that it's hoping we could get away with abstract. The two people aren't working or maybe not meant to be together, whatever that means. It's obvious to everyone else, but you're hoping you can get away with it. I feel like whenever I date people, I always have a lot of justifications as to how it looks, which is a me thing and I need to work on that. Don't know which of us is from another planet because I'm always unaware of your reactions. That line is about explosive people. Overreacting was a big word that was used in this relationship, which I hated when they can't understand my emotions and I can't understand theirs. You're proud or you're egotistical. You just don't really understand where they're coming from. Pre-chorus. You know, a lot of people are like, oh, you're the reason I live or the reason I do this, blah, blah. They give credit to their partners for being their muse or whatever. I was kind of acknowledging the fact that someone you're seeing can feel that and you might not. Maybe you're more clued in on the fact that you don't really work. I think that's kind of what it means. And I hate that I'm willing to make another silly excuse. Do you ever get when you date someone and there's a deal breaker moment, but you don't end the relationship, and then every deal breaker moment from then is kind of not a deal breaker moment because you've already had a deal breaker moment and you let it slide, so then everything slides? Does that make sense? I kind of hated myself for making so many excuses and staying in a relationship that I knew wasn't working for a longer time than I wanted to. Moving on. Cool. Chorus. Hit me like a heartbeat. I honestly think we just wrote that because it sounded good. I like the alliteration in it. Say you want me, but we're spinning like a scratched up CD. For all you Gen Z babies, I'm not sure if you remember this, but CDs were how you listened to music back in the day. If there was a scratch on the CD, it would just skip, or it wouldn't play more, it would just stop. And it was the most frustrating thing ever. This line is it's all about that frustration. And it's about the fact that if you're going in circles and you're skipping and it's something's wrong, it's not playing through correctly. I still play it all night, but we never make it through. You have the frustration from the scratched up CD and then you're still playing it because you want to hear that song so bad. Kind of the same thing. You can see the flaws in the relationship and you can see it not really running through, but you're still in it because you want to be, until you don't. I was really proud of this line when we came up with it. Every time we make up, dig the grave up. Yeah, it cuts a little deeper when we break up. That whole getting together just to break up again because you had the same issues, doing that over and over again. If you bury something, you dig it up again, then what's going to stop you from doing it again? There's no line anymore. So that's what I think. And that's what I've learned from this. I still turn a blind eye because I can't get over you. As much pain and frustration as the relationship is causing you, you ignore the bad things. This was one of those songs where we wrote the first half of it and then wrote the second half of it ages later. The second verse to me is a lot more personal. I'm your indecision, you're my habit. You kind of know that you want to leave, but you don't want to because you're so used to doing everything with them. It's more of an effort. It's only work. I'm a hurricane, but we're just made of sand. When we were breaking up, my ex was very, why are you doing this? Why are you throwing away everything that we've built? And I was felt a lot of guilt. And so I think that's why I've painted this picture of being a hurricane and everything else being made of sand. I don't miss it till I'm falling on the mattress making mistakes. Y'all know what that line is about. I don't have to explain it. If you think about the lyrics just even a little bit. Second pre-chorus. I still had that belief that they were the only person for me. It's really hard to convince yourself out of that. To have that feeling but also not want to be with the person. It's real weird. So that's what I was going through. The first line, I know all your reasons, but I don't think you're thinking it through. Maybe he had a harder time letting go of the idea than I did. I was just you're not seeing clearly. It's fine. Chill, dude. Yeah, so that's basically all the lyrics for Heartbeat. We recorded it maybe a month after I broke up with my ex. I thought I was doing fine. I didn't really show my friends much emotion. I was just very matter of fact of it. And when we were in the studio, we were just recording this song and Harry was like, oh, you feeling okay? Because it was like really recent. I don't think I'd seen him much. And I was like, yeah, it's fine, whatever. We were just joking around. I was like making fun of the lyrics, like joshing about my ex and stuff, and like, ah ha ha ha. And we got to recording the chorus. I got to the every time we make up, dig the grave up, yeah, it cuts a little deeper when we break up. And I was like, oh, Harry, I think I'm about to cry. And he was like, what? Like mid-take. It was like all my logical thinking got thrown out the window and my emotions just kind of took over. We ended up using the vocal takes from that bit where I was crying because I think I had the most emotion. That's a little tidbit. And yeah, to me, it's pretty straightforward. I think there's a lot of meaning in the lyrics. Maybe it's all personal, but whatever. This is what they mean to me and they can mean whatever to you. And yeah, please follow me on Spotify and YouTube and Instagram and Twitter and stream my song. And any support and all the support you guys give is so lovely. Thank you.